as you breathe out, fold yourself down. You can bend your knees if you need to. And relax down. Paschimottanasana. Forward. That's the end of our floor postures. Floor postures, lovely, thank you. We're going to come into a standing position from a squat now, because that gives us a forward bend at the same time. So if you keep your abdomen and your thighs in contact during this, now if you can get your heels on the floor, great. If you can't, pop a block or a cushion underneath. And then from this position, take your weight forward onto your hands, lift your hips up into the air, crown of the head down towards the floor, relaxing. Very gently uncurling, keeping abdomen and thighs in contact. Little by little, top of your body completely relaxed. Imagine each vertebra stacking on top of each other. In the last shot, back and down. Okay, I'm going to go into Tadasana, which is a standing posture. It means the mountain pose. And it's a very stable, very strong position. You should feel very well rooted into the ground. Imagine the earth coming up. Slight pressure on the outside edge of your feet. You can have your feet apart or together. Slightly pigeon-toed as you're getting the outside edges of your feet parallel. Tuck your tailbone under, so it's as if you're doing a significant tight jeans. That tailbone tucked under. Pelvis then acts as a basket, holding all your internal organs. Imagine growing tall and long, and from the base of your spine, imagine again growing tall, a little bit of space in the ground, lifting you up. So it's as if you're suspended from the crown of your head. There's a lightness in this pose as well as a strength. And just have your arms relaxed so that they're hanging free. Stand there for ages, so stable. Now from here, we're going to go into the tree, Kasana. So you can use your feet in different positions depending on how comfortable and how stable you are. You can always use a chair for stability or a wall. Easiest posture is just with your toes on the floor and trying to open this hip joint. The knee faces outside. You can have it just on your calf, knee, thigh. Or you can bring that foot round, place it in your groin, come into the half lotus. Now, for the sake of this work, I think you're probably best to have it around about at the knee level. Hip nice and open. Bring your hands up in front of your heart center, in front of your chest, into Namaste, the prayer position. And you feel nice and safe in this position. Allow these branches to grow up along the center line of your body, up in front of your forehead. Bring the heels of your hand over the crown of your head and open your elbows out. Straighten your arms. Allow your shoulders to drop and become free. There's a feeling of fullness. It can be a tree swaying in the breeze. You can just come out of it by reversing that. Side. And the hips coming into this position. Be careful not to allow that hip to be thrown out. You stay in a nice straight line. Position. The end of the hands over the crown of the head. Just breathe in a relaxed manner. Imagine the strength of your roots feeding you from the ground, the energy from the sun feeding you in your leaves. And when you're ready, come out of it in the same way that you went into it, reverse order. Hands over the palm of the head, elbows open, down in front of the body, lifting up, and release. Back into Tadasana. Ready to sit down. Keep that feeling of stillness with you as you sit down. Actually, we'll kneel down to do this breathing exercise. This is the Kapalabhati. Again, if you're not comfortable kneeling, you can pop a block underneath your heels to make it, on top of your heels to make it more comfortable. You can also do this in the sitting position, comfortable cross-legged sitting position like we did, or on a chair if you don't have that flexibility as well. Now we put our hands in what we call a mudra. It's just a gesture. It does have a meaning, but it connects the individual self with the eternal self, and it works on the subtle energy. So you don't have to do it. You can just have your hands on your legs if you like. But if you feel inclined, you can sit in the mudra. Again, nice straight posture. Again, extending through the spine, up through the crown of the head. Very tall. All this work is done in the abdomen, in the belly, so it's very relaxed. The whole of your top of the body is completely relaxed, and it's the opposite of what we normally do. We normally actively breathe in, and with this, we do the other way. We're passively breathing in after an active exhalation. The exhalation is caused by just pulling the diaphragm tight, the abdomen comes in, and allowing the air to escape through the nose very, very gently. As you release your abdomen, then you will find you automatically
snorting.
Yeah, well, if you're snorting, it's probably too strong. Yeah, so it's quite a gentle. You're doing really well. That's right. Yeah.
Feeling the stomach moving in and out.
Yes, it's the movements in the stomach. It's the actual diaphragm that you're using, but your abdomen comes in. And then as you relax it, you naturally feel yourself breathing in.
Okay, hope you're doing this at home.
So with beginners, I'd say you practice 10 of those breaths maximum, possibly 5 to start with, especially if you're not everybody's going to find it as easy as you to pick up on that. So maybe start with 5, work up to 10, and then you can guess. You do several rounds a day, maybe 3 rounds of 10 and 3 rounds of 20, but take your time. I'm talking about over weeks and months, not over days. So I'll talk you through doing 1 round. Okay. Do 10 breaths. So you'll do them. I'll count out loud for you. So take an ordinary breath in and release, and then just take half a breath and do 10 of the Kapalabhati. Take a full, comfortable breath in and hold it as long as you can without feeling that you're bursting. You need to be able to release it with control. In fact, it's a sense of letting the breath escape as slowly as you can rather than the collapsing, having held it too much. You should feel some sense of clarity in your head. It's called Kapal is the frontal brain, and Bhati is light or shining. So it gives you this sense of clarity in the front of your head. Did you notice?
I could feel that, yeah.
So of course, the more you build
And this is
up,
good for detoxification.
it is one of the kriyas, which is one of the cleansing practices. Not specifically for detox, but I think if you're working on cleansing, this is useful. Any breathing exercises will help during the detox program. And so that's the end of the pranayama, the breathing part of it. So for a balanced yoga class, what we do is end with the final relaxation, which means that you get to lie down.
I like that.
As we did in the beginning, with the semi-supine bent legs to start until you feel ready to ease them out. For anyone that can't straighten their legs because they have a bad back, then it's fine to stay either in this or the recovery position. The heels a little bit further. So you feel that releasing in the hips. Again with the arms, turning the palms upwards. Nice space between the body. The shoulders are opening, relaxing down towards the floor. Slight tilting of the chin in towards the head so that you're just extending the back of the legs. Allow the small of the back to release into the floor. Now from this posture, you want to bring your awareness into your body, on the outside, bring any distractions. Aware of your breath, but not trying to change it. Just follow your breath. And then mentally work through from your feet, from your toes, ankles, relaxing each part of your body to systematically work up from your toes through your legs, around your torso, towards your neck and your shoulders and your arms. Do it in your own time, your own pace. Becoming aware if you're holding any tension anywhere. If you find that you are, breathe in, and as you breathe out, you say the breath cue that part with a message to relax. Sense of the floor coming up, reaching to take your weight, supporting you. Give yourself up completely. You can spend 10, 20 minutes in this deep, relaxing posture. If you like, you can play a little gentle music in the background. When it's time to bring yourself out of it, take your awareness back into your body. Take a few deeper breaths. Your right hand side and curl yourself up gently into a nice little ball, bringing your forehead down towards your knees to ease your back out. When you've done that, you stretch out in the middle, doing anything else that you feel that you need to do to ease your body. Rolling back onto your left hand side into a nice curled up position. Cuddle yourself. Using your right hand to help you very gently ease yourself up.
Thank you very much, Linda. I feel completely relaxed. Is there any particular time that we should be doing yoga during the day? Is any time a good time?
Mornings are best, really. Before bed can be very helpful. There's very specific practices that are helpful at bedtime. But really, it's any time in the day. So long as it's not on a full stomach. You need to allow 4 to 6 hours after a meal and a couple of hours after you've had something to drink.
So if you've had lunch in the mid-afternoon or...
Mid to late afternoon. Light lunch and mid to late afternoon.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. It's been my pleasure.
Thank you. Now, by the afternoon, you might be getting a little bit peckish again. So there's another juice available that you can make for yourself. This time I've gone for some carrot involved. You can either have a pure vegetable-based one, or I'm adding a little bit of fruit. So I'm adding some satsumas and a bit of apple as well. So I've already chopped them up, ready in my bowl, ready to juice. So off we go. Again, it's a little bit harder work with the vegetables. Okay, we're going to add a little bit of water. It's getting a bit gunky looking there. Again, like we did earlier, this is included in your water intake, obviously. And that's better. Okay, because it is a vegetable-based one, it tends to be a little bit thicker than normal. A little bit more water in just to finish off, and we're ready to pour. Okay, there we are. Just grab our glass and let's see what it looks like. It's probably a little bit lumpy. We may need to get rid of a few more lumps. We have a little bit more time. There we are. But let's give it a taste anyway. It's a little bit crunchy still because I've still got a few little lumps in there, but the apple gives it that crunch and the sweetness of the flavour, and also with the oranges it gives a little bit more sweetness. You've got the carrot in there for the vegetables. Again, you can have all vegetables or a bit of fruit added for texture and taste, so it's up to you. Enjoy your juice. Now, a nutritionist we have in our midst here. This is Leslie Martin, who's going to tell us all what we should and shouldn't be eating, or giving us a few helpful hints anyway along the way. Now, Leslie, look, here is this magnificent bowl of fruit and vegetables, all sorts of shapes and sizes and colours and textures and everything. Now, I know we should all obviously be eating fruit and vegetables, we do know that, but do the colours of the fruit and vegetables have any significance to them?
They do to a certain extent, yes, because certain nutrients appear in certain fruits of certain colours. So we've got yellow, red and orange fruits, and those provide us with beta-carotene, which is an important antioxidant.
Right.
And also the red ones in particular contain a recently discovered nutrient called lycopene, which is an important antioxidant for the health of the heart.
Oh, well, that's incredibly important, because without our heart we won't obviously function very well at all. So, that's incredible.
Yes, so getting plenty of those is pretty good for us. As far as dark green vegetables go, most of the dark green vegetables are going to provide us with magnesium and calcium, which is very important. We've got broccoli here, which will provide chromium, which is an important nutrient for control of blood sugar.
Right.
So if we're not getting enough chromium in the diet and we're eating in the wrong sort of way, we're going to get sugar highs and lows.
So that's the time when we sort of crave our chocolate and all those fantastic sweet things, and we shouldn't be having those. There are healthy alternatives, so obviously broccoli in our diet will help level out all those things.
Yes, it will help by providing a balancing nutrient factor.
Okay, so your chocolate, broccoli instead. Okay, we'll try that one. Okay, so we've got a huge selection here. Any other tips on our fruit and veg?
Well, fruit and veg, important because being natural, unprocessed, unrefined foods provide high levels of potassium. And with the diet that we tend to have now, which is high in processed foods, there's a very high salt level in those foods, and that can upset the delicate balance of sodium and potassium in the diet. It can lead to us becoming more acidic inside. And if we're leading a stressful life, that's a bad thing.
It's pretty much everybody that we know leads a life like that, don't they, really? So it's trying to get a balance in the life, okay, with the veg, obviously with the food as well. Now, obviously, while we're detoxing on our 2-day plan, we are purely eating fruits and vegetables with a little bit of brown organic rice as well. Now, meat eaters out there probably thinking, what about me? Why can't I eat meat while I'm doing this? Even though they're eating a lot of fruit and vegetables, obviously, why is this harmful when we're detoxing?
Meat is a very hard food to digest, and it may well be hanging around in the digestive tract for a long time. So what we're doing is giving the body a rest from meat and allowing the body to detoxify from heavy proteins like that and to cleanse the bowel. And a lot of these fruits and vegetables will provide the vitamins and minerals that are important in the body's detoxification pathways. So they're allowing the body to detoxify really well, and the high fibre content of those foods is also helping to cleanse out the bowel. And we're having a rest from the heavy,
stodgy stuff.
It
has to work very hard to digest, isn't it? It's a bit like a car, wrong food, it messes everything up. Okay, now obviously with the digestive system, we're talking about the bowels and things like that. Now I notice you've got this interesting looking
drippy stuff over there. It looks a bit like wallpaper paste with a bit brown in it. What on earth is that?
That is actually it's something we prepared earlier.
So here's one we prepared earlier.
It's actually the powdered seed husk of the psyllium seed, very small seed.
Right.
And the husk is milled and ground very fine to a powder. And that powder provides a very, very good source of fibre, which is also very cleansing to the bowel. What we did with this earlier is we added some water to it, and you can see how it's actually absorbed all the water and it's gone very, very thick indeed. So when we use that to cleanse the bowel, we need to drink lots of water because it will swell up.
So it's a bit like we clean your bathroom pipes with, that type
sort
of thing.
Yeah, it's
clean out all the pipes, grabs a hold of all the badness and takes it with it and flushes it out.
So we'd use that. We can use it while we're detoxing, but we can use it if we're prone to constipation. Just to add fibre. And you can buy that as a powder or you can buy it as a capsule.
And you can take it either way, but obviously the water on both sides, whether you're taking the capsule or the powder, is important.
Very important.
Otherwise you'll end up
liquid with it.
Yes, you'll end up like that. Excellent. So that's a little tip for us while we're detoxing, and obviously ongoing as well if we have problems. Now, the big question, Leslie, that I want to know about is fat. Here it is, this great big lump of butter. Now, everybody wants to know there are obviously good fats and bad fats that we should or shouldn't be eating. Can you sort of enlighten us into what we should or shouldn't be eating?
Well, historically, fats have been put into two categories: saturated fats and unsaturated fats. And butter received a lot of bad press as a bad fat.
Right.
And I think in excess, any fats, anything in excess can be harmful. Saturated fats are actually fats which are hard at room temperature, like this, or lard or animal fats. And unsaturated fats are oils like this one, which are liquid at room temperature. Saturated fats in excess, if we're having lots of things fried in lard and so on, could cause an accumulation of fats in the body, which wouldn't be healthy, especially if those are in arteries. But a wide range of different kinds of fats and oils can be very beneficial to us. A lot of people are coming around to the view now that butter being a natural product is actually quite healthy to us. So in moderation, it's part of a balanced diet. It's probably better than having some margarines. Processed.
Right, okay.
And contain hydrogenated, these are changed fats, modified at a molecular level, which are not accepted well by our bodies, and we don't really know the long-term effects of using them. But if we use like nice natural oils like these, olive oil, a very good one for cooking because it's resistant to heat, more so than other seed oils, so it's not going to be damaged so much by heating it. But with all oils, it's a good idea not to heat up to smoking point. It does actually damage the oil. Sesame oil and delicate oils like that, walnut oil, should not be used.
Okay, fantastic. Lovely. Well, thank you very much. I think you've given us a good outline of fats here. We've done our fruit and vegetables, obviously. So ongoing for everybody, after obviously we do the 2-day detox plan,